Everyone, Julia Sheehan here, independent Stampin' Up demonstrator from Brisbane, Queensland. Today I want to do a double trifold card with you, and this one's just an example of the one I gave my daughter on her 30th birthday last weekend. It's a video of a video, unfortunately, because that's all I have of it, but I just wanted to show you what it looked like with the photos in it. This one's done with Melon Mambo and some old DSP. It's retired now, but it was just what I wanted for the card. I put in photos of the family, of myself and my daughter, her brothers and sisters, and her fiance, and just her growing up. It stands up beautifully for display, and it makes a beautiful gift. So anyway, that's what we're going to be making today. Here's just another example of a trifold card. I did this one on Facebook last night, and again I've used Nature's Poem DSP, some mint macaron and Cajun craze, and as you can see it all sits up really well, and I just don't have the space because it's quite a large card, but you can do anything with it. So we're going to get on with doing one of these today. Now the things that you're going to need, and there's quite a few things that you need, but it doesn't take up a lot of cardstock or DSP. First thing you need is 2 pieces of 12 by 12 cardstock. I'm using the basic black today. And then you're going to need various mats for photos, and also for the coloured parts that you want as display parts. So I might just tell you those as we go. So first of all, with your 2 pieces of 12 by 12, you need to cut them to 6 by 12. So just line that up and we'll cut that into a 6 by 12. Okay, now we should have 4 pieces of those. 2 I've already done. So I'll just show you how I do the rest of this. Now, with your scoreboard, you're going to put 1 piece of the 6 by 12 in there, and then if you can find your scoring tool, because mine has disappeared, just one moment. Okay, all is good, I found it. We're going to score this at 2 inches, 4 inches, 8 inches, and 10 inches. Okay, then we're going to cut it, but we're only going to cut, we're going to put it in at 1 3/4 inches, and then we're going to cut from the 2-inch score line down to the 10-inch score line, not right down to the end, just to the 10-inch score line. So I'm going to go up to the 2-inch score line and put my cutting blade in there and take it down to the 10-inch score line. Then I'm just going to turn it round and put it in at 1 3/4 inches again, and go to the 2-inch score line down to the 10-inch score line. And so in effect you have something that looks like that. Okay, now the next thing we're going to do with our cutter is we cut 2 of these. So you do 2 exactly the same. Then with the other 2 pieces, you're going to cut those into a 6 by 8 inch piece. Just grab my glasses, that's a little bit too far away. There we are. So, oops, I've already done the 6-inch side, so I'm going to go out to the 8-inch. And you do that with the other 2 pieces. So we set this piece aside, and we're still going to use the 6 by 8 piece. And we're going to score it as well. And we're going to score it at 2 inches, that way you can see it. 2 inches and 6 inches. Okay, that's it. Now, to fold these, we need to fold and burnish, and so get your piece that's got these pieces here, and you're going to fold up at the 2-inch line upward and burnish it, then down, the next fold line goes down, burnish that, then up at the next fold line, burnish that, and then the last fold line is a down again. So I'm just going to do it that way because it's easier. And so in effect it will look like that. A bit of a zigzag thing happening there. So we've gone up, down, so valley and mountain folds, one after the other, zigzag it. And you do the same with this one. Up on the 2-inch, down on that 6-inch. And then you'll end up with 2 of these, and there we are, 2 of those, and then 2 of these. Now, in order to fold this, what you're going to do is the middle piece here, so we've got it like that, this middle piece we're going to reverse fold. So we're going to pull that bit up, push that bit in. We'll keep those ones the same, and we're going to just push it over like that. I'll just do that again for you. So you've got it off like this, you've got your zigzags all that way. You pull this one up and push that one in, leaving those ones as they are, and push the whole thing over. And you do that with both. And if you just watch that slowly as I do it, you'll be able to follow it. And so then I'm going to do the same with the other piece. I'm just going to do that and push it over. Okay, so there it is, and so it will look like that, and from above it looks like that now. So all we've done is just reversed the fold that was in the middle. So instead of it being like that, it becomes that. Okay, I mean it looks a little difficult, but it's actually, it works quite well and quite easily. Now we've got that, we're going to sit those there like that, and we're actually going to join them together. Now you'll see a lot of double trifold cards on YouTube. I have no idea where this one originated from. I've seen quite a few people do it on Pinterest, but at this stage I really don't know who came up with it, but whoever it was, it's very clever. So now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put glue on this flat piece. Now that you've got them facing each other like that, you're going to put glue on here. And take it right up. And we're going to sit that leftover piece from the 6x8. We now have a 4x6. So we're going to actually use one of those and put it in here in the center of the card. Line that all up, and so that will still fold over neatly, and press it down. And then we're going to do the same thing on the other side and just stick it down. This makes such a lovely card. My daughter was absolutely thrilled with hers, and I had quite a lot of people asking me, oh, how did you do it, you know? It's kind of fun. There we are, and then we're going to do exactly the same thing there. We're going to join that up line it all up and press it down. There we go. Just make sure it's all neat and tidy everywhere, okay? And then that all is going to fold in like that. Okay? Lovely. Now, with these other two pieces that we folded, these two Z-looking things, we want this to be a photo mat here. So what we're going to do is we're just going to turn one around so that it will sit in underneath that, like that. If we did it that way, well, clearly that's not going to work because it folds the wrong way. So make sure it's around the right way, but it will sit there and bend easily. So I'm going to put glue on this flap. And then all I'm going to do is just sit that one on top of it, like that. I probably got a little bit excessive with the glue there, but never mind. As long as that all sits nicely. I can remove any extras. Okay, so now that's going to fold like this. We're going to do the same on this side. We get our Z fold. Again, if you've got it round the wrong way, you can see it doesn't fit in underneath. But if we turn it, it sits in there nicely. And then all we do is we put glue on there the same. I made one of these for an 80th birthday. This one would be for a mail card, I think. It would be nice. And then we're just going to sit that all down there. So making sure that your crease works and folds and fold it all in. Now you will have a slight gap down the middle here, but that doesn't matter because we'll put the disc on the front. And like I did with my daughter's card, I had the disc here and had a photo of her on it, and it just sits down so you don't really notice that. And it's just because when you join this part together in the middle, you've got the width of that. If you wanted to reduce it, you could just trim a bit off those two pieces that join and a little bit off that, and then you'd be able to have it butt up right against one another, but I don't think it's necessary. Okay, now what I have done is I have chosen mats suitable for this. I'm going to do white on this one. So I need 3 7/8 by 5 7/8. And those 3 are going to go on those 3 large spaces at the ends. And then I've got 2 5 7/8 by 1 7/8, and they go on this part here and again on this end here. And then I've got a couple more mats, 3 7/8 by 2 3/8. They're both going to go there. And then I've got 4 3 7/8 by 1 5/8, and they're going to go on there, like that. Okay, I'll be back in a minute when I've done that. Okay, I'm back and I have now done that. They're all done and ready. So the next step now is to fill in these spaces here, and what I've done with that is I have put my silver foil through the hexagon embossing folder, and I'm going to use those all on the small pieces there, and this end as well. And then I cut, and those ones are 8 of them. There's 1 7/8 by 1 5/8 they are, and then 4 I've done of the basic grey, and they are 1 7/8 by 2 3/8, and they're just going to go on there. So I'll do those and I'll pop back again. Okay, so I've now done that. I've put them all in there, and I have my hexagons in there, and I have my grey mats in there. Now, the beauty of this card too is that you can change these around. You might make these small ones photo mats, and you might put decoration on these ones. So you can then put some stamping in there of flowers or cars or whatever it is that's relevant to the person. My dad's 90th birthday is coming up, and like I would probably put things in there like fishing and that sort of thing. Yeah, so just you can change the mats around to suit how many photos you want to put in there. You can put sentiments in there, all sorts of things. And then we get to the front. Now, for the front panel, I'm using the hexagons on these pieces here. So I'm just going to put those on there. Okay, so I also cut 2 white pieces for the front. They're again 5 7/8 of an inch by 3 7/8 of an inch, or 3 6/8 if you want a little bit darker border around them. Then the beauty of this card too is that you don't actually need a stamp set, or you can just use sentiments and pictures from things that you like out of other stamp sets. But I've used the Happy Birthday from the Sweet Soiree stamp set, and I've done 4 of these little discs and cut them out just with my circles, and then I cut 4 with the scalloped edges, and I'm just going to put those on there and then put them on the card. And I'm going to put them top and bottom on the white part, because I'm going to, when I decide whose birthday card this is, I will put the number for their birthday. Say if it's Dad's and it's 90, it'll be a 9 and a 0 there. And then I'm putting these on here, and then the number will be in between. Okay, so they're now on there like that. Our cards opening up well, and we've got that there. The only thing I need now is something here. Now you can use any shape you like, circle, oval, square, it doesn't really matter, just whatever you think suits it. And I think I'll probably use a black scallop and probably just a white disc on the front, just so that the photo can be put on it. Okay, I cut a few options. The black I like, and then I actually thought about silver, and then putting the photo on the silver, or having white and putting the photo on the white. I even thought about doing silver and then a smaller white disc for the photo, which again could look nice. And I also just did an extra piece, an extra backing, just to make it nice and strong, so that that's the front of the card. That's where you're going to lift it to open it. So I just thought if that was fairly solid, that would be good. So I just cut a piece of the white cardstock, and that sits over perfectly so you don't see the white, but it just gives it some strength as well, like that. And then that goes on there. I'm just not absolutely 100% sure yet whether I want to do the silver with the white, and that will be a picture, or just the white. Please comment below as to which you like better. So I don't know that I'll do it just yet. I'll just have to think about that one. I'm kind of leaning to that one, but I'm not sure. But there's the card, and it just makes it a beautiful gift It sits up really well, and you can put so many photos in there and make it a really special gift. Put the numbers here like I did with Jamie's. She's got a 3 and a 0 on there, and then a photo of her in the middle on that disc. So if you do get the opportunity to comment below, please tell me which one you think would look nicer, and I can finish that card off. And I think I may give it to my father for his 90th. I'm sure I can find some photos of him, and that would be really lovely for him. Okay, thank you all for watching. If you don't have a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator and you would like one, I'd love you to order through me. My online store is below. If you would like to join my team, that's great. You get some great discounts and things on your orders, and yeah, that would be really wonderful. Please share this if you get the opportunity, and have a wonderful week. I'll be back again next week with something new, and comments very much appreciated. Thanks everyone. Have a great week. Bye for now.